So I had a realization the other night. I woke up in a cold sweat and I just came to realize that there just aren't enough straight white males on the internet expressing their opinions about pop culture. So yeah, let's fix that. So there are a couple movies throughout the year that I'm sure you've forgotten about. We got Unforgettable, starring Rosario Dawson and Katherine Heigl. Let's take a look at what the critics were saying about it. So Peter Travers from the Rolling Stones says, Unforgettable is definitely the wrong title for a movie you want to erase from your memory the second it ends. Did anyone actually watch it? No, you can't, you gotta... Sorry about that. We got another one for you. This is The Book of Henry. It's films like these family films. I love seeing them come out because, you can bring mom, you can bring dad, you can bring grandma, you can bring grandpa. It doesn't matter who's coming out of the theater, you're all gonna have a good time. This film, it's about pretty much just a mother's undying love for her son. And it's also about Naomi Watts to just be portrayed as the most incompetent person, really. She cannot fend for herself. Her 12-year-old son must do her taxes and eventually convince her to shoot Dean... What? Convince her to shoot Dean Norris with a sniper rifle. Did you watch this one? No. Then watch this one later. Why don't... Yeah, just go. Just go. It's fine, just... Okay, all joking aside, there's just the elephant that I have to address, which is the main topic of this video. If the elephant in the room was just this overhyped, self-congratulatory exploration of wealth and fame and pop culture in which these iconicized individuals were able to just congratulate themselves based on the work they've done throughout the year as if they're not already rich. It's the Oscars. Alright, so there's just one thing that I really wanted to mention is... What? Most overhyped film to win 3 Oscars in 2018. Let's just take a look, Yeah, it's Dunkirk. That one. So, Dunkirk. That one. It's Christopher Nolan's 10th directorial. Pretty solid number, and he's made some solid numbers over the years. I saw it, and not gonna lie, I fell asleep. It's joined the ranks of Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, the only other film that's made me fall asleep in the theater. Maybe it was the popcorn, maybe it was those beautiful leather recliners, but it was the film. So Dunkirk managed to take home 3 awards at this year's Academy Awards, that being sound mixing, sound editing, and editing itself. Contrary to what the awards would have you think, the editing of Dunkirk was one of its major downfalls. So it was structured in 3 sets of narratives that were taking place at different times. Just like many of other Nolan's films do incorporate time into their structure, some of his films, such as, do this well, but Dunkirk, it just does it to do it. So when you have 3 different stories going on in a film, it doesn't have to be happening at the same time, you can Pulp Fiction it, but to that, there is a purpose in the narrative to structure it this way. You learn things as it unfolds, you can go back and appreciate different scenes for something you might not have thought they were in the first place, but in Dunkirk, it's just as if they just threw it all against the wall and just put it together wherever it's stuck. There's no sense to it. 1 second you'll be following a group of soldiers traveling on foot trying to evade enemy fire, and the next second you'll be up in the air in a warplane trying to shoot down another jet. Although that's taking place hours before the other thing has happened for no reason. You're just cutting back and forth between things. One time it'll be night, the next scene it'll be day. Just the editing was undeserved. So next we have the sound editing and sound mixing. The thing is, you just can't really hear the film. If there's character dialogue going on at one point, it'll be drowned out by these rushing waves crashing against the side of a boat, or just the wisping of bullets passing by someone's head. And now, a lot of people will say, you know, it's for dramatic effect. You're supposed to be in the war zone. You know, and to that I say, sure, that's admirable. You're trying to make an experience for the film, and I do understand that. But this has been the case in multiple of Nolan's other films, including his last feature, Interstellar, which leads me to believe that he just poorly crafts his audio. You know, if the film did have to win an award, I would not scoff at it winning Best Directing. But that said, it didn't win Best Directing, and I would say congratulating it for the elements of a film that really were its major problems is just kind of sad when these awards could go to a film like Blade Runner 2049, which had beautiful sound design. You know, at the end of the day, I can admit Dunkirk is a pretty good film. It's well directed, it's beautiful. So Christopher Nolan, I don't hate you. I've said it before in my past, in my stubborn days. I really don't. I respect you as a filmmaker. You've made some wonderful things. But, you know, just Dunkirk isn't my cup of tea. And on the off chance that my audio just turns out to be a muffled mess of garbage, I can just say it was on purpose and call myself Christopher Nolan.